Norm has a CD. It's called Norm MacDonald. Ridiculous. It's coming out September 12th. It's a comedy CD, of course. And you got some famous people, a.k.a. friends of yours, to do some bits on there with you. Is that right?
Oh, yeah. Some of my friends did it. So it was
Will
fun.
Ferrell, correct?
Yeah, the great Will Ferrell was in it. He was kind enough to do it.
Molly Shannon?
Yes, the great Molly Shannon was in it. She was kind enough. Some of this will be repetitious.
Is Tim Meadows great, or is he superb?
Tim Meadows is a real talent.
You got John Lovitz on there?
Yeah.
You ever see that guy play softball, by the way? Speaking of baseball and hats, you ever see him hit the ball?
I've seen him do stand-up. He tried starting stand-up when he was 50.
Really? What about those Subway commercials? That's kind of...
Yeah, it's great. He got a catchphrase for the first time in 18 years.
And what's the catchphrase?
Eat fresh.
Oh, eat fresh. And he gets to wear a bathrobe on TV.
Yeah.
I buy Subway sandwiches.
No, he's a really funny guy. He's hysterical.
How long?
Up here? Yeah, no, I listened to that show, actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
What happened the time you and Norm MacDonald played tennis? There's a story that he showed up in a leather jacket and jeans.
Yeah, I know. I know. He tells that story, and I don't know why he's so into it.
Oh, it's
But
a funny visual.
time.
It's a funny visual. Him
Well,
dressed like that.
What he left out is that we're playing, and he I play all the time. He never plays, right? But he can get the ball, but he dinks it back, and he has no rhythm. Anyway, when someone just floats every ball, if you're not used to it, you can't get any rhythm, and it's just hard to play. So he won, but what he left out was after every point, he'd leave the court for a minute and brag to his assistant about how, look what just happened. Then he'd come back 1 point, he'd leave again. So I go, Norm, do you want to play? And he just kept leaving. It was very frustrating, and so he won. So then I said to my coach, I go, how do you beat a guy like that? It's so frustrating. The ball's just, and my teacher's guy, Alex Almeida, who's you're into sports, look him up. He was a champion college player, Wimbledon champion, Rod Laver, Emerson, who won Wimbledon, and he's in the Hall of Fame from Peru. Great guy. So he said, just step in and take it early. And I go, could you beat someone like that? He goes, are you kidding? I'd kill him. So I go, all right, fine. So then we played again, and then I just, I creamed him and I beat him. So also, I wasn't trying as hard the first set because he was, he's not as good, so I'm just taking it easy. But then
he was wearing jeans and a leather jacket.
Well, he beat you 6-0 the first time, didn't he?
6-0?
No, he wasn't wearing. I don't remember what he was wearing. He didn't beat me 6-0. He's full of crap.
That's what he told him.
So then we played again, and then I beat him quite easily. And he goes, let's play again. I said, no, I don't play you again. Because when I knew he'd want to play after I beat him, the last time we played, I beat him, and that's that.
Give us a good league
but
of the...
He cheats, and he's
course
not fun to play with.
Of course.
So he tells this story,
Right. Give us a good league of their own story. Lovitz! Just back off for a second.
Hey, he's being Lovitz. This is what Lovitz does.
I know.
Man.
This is what he does. Him and Norm, both of them. Give us a good league of their own story.
Try and crack your code every day. Thinking about every word that we...
John Lovitz, what is that?
No, I played tennis with John Lovitz. Goes every day to the Beverly Wilshire and well, it's an expensive Beverly Hills hotel. I don't know what it's called. But anyways, the guy there, the coach, is Alex Almeida, who's a Peruvian tennis player from old, and he very good. He played, he beat Ron Laver 3 times.
Right.
And so he's 60 or whatever, but a Peruvian 60.
Does that mean he's a young 60 or
yeah,
old 60?
A handsome,
young 60.
Yes, sexy.
Peruvian 60, I like that.
Yeah, Peruvian 60. So you could still imagine him with a lady.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like my father when he was 60, it would be hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But a Peruvian, you can imagine. You can easily imagine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because my father, he doesn't know. He'd get you a Casio watch to a lady. That would be his thing. But these guys, they're more champagne on your spine, my darling. It's a whole different thing. Anyways, so it has nothing to do with his way with the ladies, the story. But John Lovitz got lessons from him every single day at this hotel.
Yeah.
So then he told me that he was really good at tennis. So I was like, I could beat you.
You just assume you can beat John Lovitz in anything, right?
Yeah. Because I played tennis 4 times.
Yeah.
I figured that's about what it would take to beat John Lovitz. So I said, yeah, I'll play it, And he goes, you'll never beat me. I play everybody. What are you talking about? I go, no, I'll play anything you want. So I go to the place, and I'm in my jeans and a leather jacket. I don't have clothes for tennis. I've only played 4 times. So I get there, and they give me a club and everything and a tennis racket. And I know, clearly, I'm going to beat John Lovitz. So we start playing, and, I just keep tinking them over a little bit, the little backspin, near the net, whatever that shot's called. So Lovitz lumbers over, and he can never get to it, And so I just beat him like 6-0 in the first set. So he starts thinking I'm doing something illegal by tinking it over the net.
The backspin backhand or whatever? Yeah.
He's never seen this. He thinks you're supposed to hit it to him.
Oh.
So he starts complaining because he's like, I play Alex and I can beat him. He's talking about beating Alex Almeida, the pro, the tennis
60-year-old Peruvian. Yeah.
He thinks. So I said, well, what? He goes, I beat him. I play him every day. And I go, well, Lovitz, this, a tennis pro is one of their big skills is they hit the ball so it will land on your racket.
Right.
So wherever you're standing, the ball is right there.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's not true. Then he was convinced that I could beat Alex Almeida. He said, you've never seen anything like this, Alex. He tinks it over the net. So this is Lovitz. So then I played, and then he wanted to really win, and he kept playing me, and I said, oh, God. So one day I was like, he was getting so angry and everything, so I let him win 1 game.
Yeah.
And then he quit. He retired.
On top.
Yeah, calling himself the champ.
Like John Elway.
Yeah, exactly. He won 1 game. He goes, doesn't matter. So whoever won last. That's what they do in boxing. And I was saying, well, boxing, they do have to defend them, but whatever.
That's funny.
I wish I could be nervy. And I'm in the wrong business because I feel uncomfortable if, I'm going ahead on someone online like, hey, we're on the list or...
I hate that. Don't you know who I am?
Yes, or just getting things free. I
don't feel worthy.
I feel...
Why me? Why should I get something for free?
Or just even this is me trying to sell my book, but... Yes, those nervy people that have I envy delusional people. I envy people that have an entitlement.
Speaking of nervy and delusional people, how was it working with Norm MacDonald?
Oh, no.
You were on tour with him, right?
Yes.
I visited you guys at the Ice House.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yes.
And I saw both your stand-ups. It was very good.
Now, I got to say something about Norm. He's a lot of things.
And he's nervy and what?
No, he's...
insecure.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he really
but what comedian
feels funny selling himself. Yeah. He really, like you see on Twitter, he goes, Netflix, I do his voice, which he hates. Anyone does it. Netflix says I should push my special. So I give him credit that when we did the road, he would sell out, and he never tweets, dudes, tickets going fast. He feels funny selling himself.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I would too. I hate that.
I mean, hey dudes, man, my show rocks. So he wasn't nervy and delusional. No. He he was delusional that he thought I was one time on. You were there in Denver.
Yeah, Denver Comedy Works. Saw you open for him.
You missed a show where he was screaming at me from the side because he thought I was ripping him off.
I heard there was an incident on the late show. I was at the early one.
He was getting a little weird. It was a weird place in Denver because it wasn't the city of Denver. It was like being in
Boulder or something?
It was being in Orange County without the character. You know, right, that area?
Yeah, there's the downtown Denver Comedy Works.
Which is fun.
Then they have the other one. It's
the other one.
It's like 40 minutes away,
wow.
but it's bigger venue. It's still nice, but
if you don't have a car and we stayed in some weird condo where Norm had to stay in the lobby in some weird lobby in a room, and then I stayed in a condo, and there was nothing but a TGIFs and a movie theater, and he forgot his pants.
Oh.
And he's going, so I had to be his assistant, like, what the fuck am I going to do? I forgot my pants. And I said, I'll go to the mall. And I thought it was a mall, but it was just restaurants in Denver.
No. Oh, no.
So
Did he get pants?
I said, just go up in your sweatpants.
Oh, you go.
And you didn't notice, right?
I didn't. It makes me mad that I'm not that observant, but I was in the balcony.
He had a funny thing about Bill Cosby. One of his opening things. He goes, "I love Bill Cosby. I model everything in my life about him. Everything about him I think is glorious. I just think everything he does is great except his comedy." Anyway.
Yeah. Well, no, I thought he did a bit about... what was his bit about? People were outraged about Cosby, and they said the worst thing was the hypocrisy.
Yes.
And he goes, I think the drugging, the raping,
that was worse than the hypocrisy.
The misleading, the hostage, the hypocrisy is like 7 things down.
He did a Stern appearance recently. It was very good, too.
Which what?
Stern. He was on Stern about 2 months ago.
He's just... No, you hear just amazing stories, and... he's just, it's fun to work with, except if he forgets his pants and screams at you from the side of the stage. But he missed that show. But I envy, but in a way, I think we're all delusional because we're going to die, so we have to come up with projects like this book. No, I'm just kidding.
To distract ourselves.
Yes, creative things, but
One time I did an impression of Letterman, right? And then I had to be on Letterman like 3 weeks later. So when I was on, I was like, oh, fuck, how am I going to deal with this when he brings it up, like, that I did an impression of him, And then these fucking guys that are so close to Letterman, they're like, well, he never saw it. He's not going to fucking talk about it. That's not fucking Dave. There's no way Dave's going to bring it up. Dave just doesn't fucking do that. He hasn't seen it. And I go, well, he phoned me, and shit. And he's like, yeah, but we know Dave, So I go, stupidly, I don't prepare anything. So then right at the end of the interview, he goes, so let's hear it. I'm like, oh, fuck, shit. These motherfuckers didn't know Dave at all. Why would I think they would know Dave? Yeah. Right? Like, why wouldn't I just fucking have something prepared? So I have to do the impression, like fucking just searching my brain for the right thing to say, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they have
not prepared. I could have did it right.
They imagine what he would do as opposed to really know what he would do. They think, oh, well, he would.
But I should have gone with my own fucking idea because I would go, what else would he do?
Well, I tell you that all the time. You don't listen to me.
What the?
Do you feel like you know Dave now? I mean, he loves you, right?
I don't know him at all. I've never met him. He's invited me to dinners, but I never went.
How come?
Scared.
Yeah, I get that.
We were talking about it earlier. I got invited by Carson for a private lunch with Carson.
Tell me you didn't go?
Didn't go. Because I used to do like a impression of Larry King doing News and Views from, he used to do News and Views, those little bulletin points in USA Today where he'd go like, if you see one movie, make it Mickey Blue Eyes, So I did it like on SNL, we did it with like, I just do crazy one-liners like, yellow is a great color, but for my money, it's always going to be blue or whatever. Just retarded stuff. But anyways, it turned out Carson when Carson would get USA Today and he'd go right to Larry King. This was before I did the impression, and he'd just phone his buddies up and he'd go, "Hey, listen to this retarded one." He said, like, for my money, Ted Williams was A1, and he'd say it to his friends, Carson, which was funny, like phoning, and it's so funny that he would do that, So anyways, then he wanted to have lunch with me. So I didn't, like a retard.
What do you do? How do you make up an excuse that doesn't make them feel like you're blowing them off?
Well, he knows I'm not blowing off Johnny Carson. It's not like Johnny Carson.
No, they might think that.
Me.
Like, if I was that big and I invited someone to lunch and they didn't go, I have to admit, here's what I would think. I'd think, oh, really? Like, Yeah, like I'm David Letterman. I'm that big, but my name's Todd Glass. I know this seems cocky, maybe, but
I think
hold on.
I don't think.
So if I invited someone to my house, they was on the show, a young comedian. I invite him to the house. I'm really trying to think, and then I'm that big. I have to keep thinking I'm that big, and then they don't show. I might sarcastically, some other friends will go, really, Bing Bang doesn't, Bing Bang doesn't show up. What's he doing?
I didn't not show up. I didn't have like a.
It seems like I'm making.
I didn't have a lunch date.
No. I get it. Like, I think if Johnny called him personally and said, "You want to go to?" You'd go.
Of course.
But I think it was like in passing. Hey, Norm.
No, I got my management phone. He said Johnny Carson wants to have lunch with you, and I thought I was all thrilled. And then I was like, "Holy fuck! What am I going to like? I'll be all alone with them talking, and I won't have any stories. I can't go like." Anyways, one time, Chris Kattan. He doesn't see the cue card. I have no stories at all to tell Johnny Carson, So I go, fuck, this is going to be hard, like 2 hours just with Johnny Carson, like trying to interview him properly or whatever. And then I thought if I brought a buddy, it would be fun, but he can't, I can't just bring a buddy. If I could share it with somebody, but otherwise it would be very hard work.
And by the way,
but I regret not going. I should have gone.
But also, as you're sitting there, I'm thinking my purpose of saying that wasn't like it wasn't. I wouldn't do the same thing. Like I could totally see being so nervous that like if there's a third person, that makes it a tremendous amount easier. That third person,
especially if it's a mutual.
If you went with your buddy, you'd go see anybody.
Yeah. So, but I for a second thinking what here's the reason I think that he's not calling you.
What's odd? It's odd to hear you say that you don't feel like you know Dave at all, because like every time you're on the show, it seems like he's like so excited to see you, and you guys have such great chemistry together. I could have sworn you guys were like hanging out.
No, I don't know David. I don't know David Letterman.
I like to see when you could tell, and I think it usually, and then we'll move on to something else, because I always say it's nice to get compliments, but if it makes you awkward to sit there and just receive them, but you can just put up with it for another second. But it's fun to see your friends when they're on a show like that where you can tell Dave like appreciates that they bring their game, and that's fun. I see it with Spade a lot too. I feel like they both know. Like, and same thing with you. I feel like that you came prepared to fucking.
Well, it's fun because they have to fucking talk to all these actresses and all the time and shit like that. So, like, that's a joy for them to hear somebody being funny and shit, and them not having to do all the fucking work of, dragging a story out of the girl from
Third In from the new show that got canceled
from the Badge. I'm trying to pick a show that doesn't exist because
every show exists.
I don't want to hit one person.
Two women and a duck. Where's a cowbell when I need one?
I was going to be Martin Short's friend for a while. We were in negotiations.
Yeah, how'd that break down?
I don't know. I met him. He was fucking funny, and he made me laugh, and he was laughing at me and shit. So I said, "Hey, we should be friends and stuff." And he said, "Yeah, well, let's be friends." You go to a cottage, and I was like, "Ah, fuck! I'd have to go to a cottage, And then so it never caught on because the cottage was in my head and shit.
What do you
but
mean?
Still, I would have liked, that guy would be cool to fucking hang out with.
I met him. That would be a good friend
for you.
But then
going to a cottage, you understand?
I don't want to go to a cottage.
Well, that's the problem.
All of a sudden, you're going on a cottage on a plane.
But that's the problem.
Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
No, that's the problem
with
you. So if someone suggests something right away, it's not
too guarded. I know you're saying
it's not too. It's not cool enough for you. Where would you go with Martin Short?
I think
Martin Short says, "Let's go to a cottage and hang out."
I'm not saying that. I'm saying like I think you're right when I said I'm too guarded. Like I'm not willing to do things.
You don't want to be trapped in a cottage with Martin Short. The idea of being friends with Martin Short is fun. The idea of being in a cottage with Martin Short and then having the pressure to talk and to interact with one another. I understand. I'm the same way. It wouldn't work out for you, and it wouldn't work out for me either.
But you go on that vacation.
But maybe in another lifetime.
Yeah.
Well, you gained weight.
Gained a lot of weight, so did you. I gained 45 pounds.
I was going to say something, actually.
Why?
Well, I thought you'd been gaining some weight.
Yeah, I gained 45 pounds.
Are you okay? Yeah, what's going on?
I'm doing it for a movie.
For what role? What's the role?
What do you play, Jackie Gleason? What do you mean? It's not a particular movie. I just think they always need a fat guy in a movie. You're doing hard.
You're paying it forward, yeah.
Hey, listen, have you noticed my enormous weight gain? I've gained 45 pounds. You know why I started to gain the weight? I told you.
I don't remember.
I'm up 45 pounds, and it was for a role in a movie.
That's right, it was.
Anyways, whatever.
What was the role for again?
It wasn't a particular role, but I figured they always need a big fat guy in a movie. Turns out they don't. They have plenty of fat guys that are much more experienced at acting and at being a fat guy than I am.
I thought we were going to be doing a bit where you're like a
Jerry Lewis?
Jiminy Glick character.
Yeah, no, I'm fat.
What happened?
Fried chicken and gravy. Let me tell you something. I thought it was funny.
Your heart could...
I thought gaining a lot of weight would be funny.
No.
And also, well, I started out, I was
funny.
doing it for a role, Andy.
Right.
I'm serious.
No.
I'm serious. I was doing it for a role. Well, there wasn't a specific role, but people are always looking for a fat guy. I'm telling you, my manager, my landlord rather, he managed to get rid of 230 pounds of ugly fat. He evicted me.
What?
Here, read this.
I thought you...
No, read this.
I want to read that one again.
Here, read that.
Sure, we all know about Norm's astonishing weight gain, but I think it's become a bit wearisome. So let's agree to stop having fun at his expense.
Say what you want about how huge and fat my head has gotten, but who'll forget it.
Try iron.
You know, my clothes, Larry, make me look slimmer, but they did not fool that flight of stairs that collapsed under my astonishing new girth. Papa, what do you call that? Papa John's?
Oh, okay.
A Papa John's delivery man has been arrested for allegedly selling more than $40,000 in cocaine hidden in pizza boxes.
Jesus.
To undercover police officers. This raises an important question. Where is all that pizza that was supposed to go in those boxes? Can I have them to eat? I'm a big fat guy. Well, I'm fat. I'm so fat when I get my shoe shined, I have to take the boot black's word for it.
You haven't seen your penis in 3 weeks. I'm keeping it clean.
Jesus Christ.
Well, is that what fat people say?
My penis? This is where most of my weight goes. Straight to whatever the fuck this is. I'm going to find a really good joke. You guys talk, and I'll find a good joke to
So,
end.
Adam,
yeah.
Is it hard to not drink?
You know you've gained too much weight, by the way, when your chair guy refuses to work with you anymore. But go ahead. So you're probably no body fat.
Oh, I have a little bit in the rim here.
Yeah, I got more than that.
My legs, my arms are
thin.
thin. My arms are thin. I used to have jowls. I don't have jowls.
I have more chins than
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
I say I'll be 50 in October. I'm going to lose it though.
Yeah, it's the heaviest I've ever seen.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a
yeah, you sweat
like a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats
You're
because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just
that's racist.
A little bit of
My
a
only chance of
drinking
losing
belly.
15 pounds is if I went to a British casino. To be honest with you, I don't know. This is what my doctor told me. I go to my doctor, right?
Right.
I say to my doctor, Doc, what's going on? My doctor says, you are fat. I said, how fat am I? He said, you're so fat that if you don't stop, within a month you could have a heart attack or stroke.
That's not funny.
He's not a comedian.
No. I was expecting a joke.
You're expecting a joke?
Yeah, I thought it sounded like yours.
From my cardiologist?
I guess.
Well, the doctor did say sometimes the fat moves to your brain and you get dementia.
Yeah, that might be the lard.
My doctor told me I should start juicing, you know?
You mean...
But the problem is, I don't think he meant ham juicing.
What?
Yeah, I squeezed a ham and I got some juice out of it.
Oh, I thought you... All right. I thought you were going to, you know...
Stupid.
Really?
Hey, news media, leave Kim Kardashian alone, will you? She's pregnant. Of course she's gonna gain weight. And if anyone knows about rapid weight gain, it's me. You know, I went to see the doctor about it, and he told me to open my mouth and say, oink. I thought that was a little out of line, Tom. Now listen, seriously, you can be as cruel as you want about it because
I'm not being cruel. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to be your friend because
thank you.
Your heart could seize up.
That's what my doctor said.
He did?
He said it was alarming.
Oh my God!
You know what my doctor said to me, Andy? He said, I said, okay, enough of this, you know? He said, okay, open your mouth and say oink. I'm like, come on. You know, I may have told you this, but my doctor's getting very rude. The last time I went to him, he said, open your mouth and say oink. I mean,
I think we've come to the fact you need to find a new doctor.
I need to find a new.
This guy sounds like a real asshole.
New internist. Why do you continue to swear?
I don't know.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
Do you see your face?
Oh yeah, it's me with a huge fat fucking face.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the one to say it.
Yeah, I've been having a lot of trouble. My doctor, he said he's not a very nice guy. He said open your mouth and say oink.
Yeah, you need to get better insurance, Norm.
Insurance? He was calling me a fat pig.
Well, I mean, nobody's going to disagree with him.
Oh, Chasm.
I'm sorry, Norm. I've got an acid tongue.
You do. You're an acid-tongued Arab. Most guys try to lose weight.
Right.
But I try to become a huge fat guy. So anyways, he said, that's not funny. He says that's alarming.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny,
too.
too.
It's pretty funny.
But he said that it's quite alarming and that I'm in a lot of trouble. And I said, well, I think it's funny, and I'm the comedian.
What did you?
I'm not eating well. I know that. I understand.
What did we?
We don't need video evidence of that.
We don't need to go to video. But morning. Remember that?
Yes.
We went to Denny's. You had 2 eggs over my hammy and half my pancakes. Then on the way over here, we stopped at 7-Eleven. You remember that?
Yeah.
You had a few hot dogs and a big bag of pork rinds.
Yeah.
And 5 minutes ago, you had 4 donuts and a chip whiz.
Yeah, well, you snooze, I eat half your fucking pancakes, fucker.
What did we eat right before we did the show?
We ate chicken.
Yeah. What kind of chicken?
What was it called? Honey kettle chicken.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah, a big plate of it.
Yeah. And I asked the girl,
huge mistake.
I said, what, why so much for the extra gravy?
Give me like a trough of gravy. I've never seen that much gravy.
No, that was a lot of gravy.
You just
I drank the gravy.
Too. You really did. What did we eat right before this podcast?
I had 3 whole fried chickens.
What else?
Biscuits and gravy.
And?
I don't want to say that third thing.
What else? What was the other thing?
Whatever, lard.
Exactly.
I like lard because there's like a purity to it. And you know I grew up poor, you know?
Frankly, I was just impressed that they carried lard at the place. You don't see that too often.
Yeah, no, I brought that with me, a can of lard.
This is what I used to look like. That's Fathom right there. And
that's you?
That's me.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That was on a good day too.
Is that like a fake picture?
No, that's not a fake picture. Coming up on 250.
Do I look like that fucking fat pig?
Well, maybe not that fat. I mean, this is your future, Norm.
This is my promise
to
the people of the Video Podcast Network world. I will not eat a single morsel of food until Margaret Thatcher is dead and buried.
She died 3 weeks ago. We'll be right back with Larry King.
All right. Wow, this is exciting. Thank you and welcome to the American Music Awards. This is exciting. I'm not actually in music, so let me introduce myself. To those of you who don't know me, I'm Norm MacDonald. For those of you not familiar with me, thank you very much. I am the biological child of Melissa Etheridge and Norm Crosby. So if you want to... Well, that's the big story in music news right now. Melissa Etheridge asked her friend David Crosby to be the biological father of her children. And you know, this was a new experience for David Crosby.
Usually when David Crosby picks up a turkey baster, there's a turkey in the vicinity. That's right. He's a fat guy. But this is the 27th Annual American Music Award. It's the first American Music Award of the new millennium, and we're setting a... Yeah, very exciting. Very exciting. And we're setting a big record here tonight. Three straight hours of ABC programming without Regis, so that's kind of exciting. You know? You know, before I did the show, I never realized how much work it took to put on a production like this. Check it out. They spent 2 months building all these incredible sets. They had to coordinate 14 live music acts. And most impressive of all, they had to find a seat filler for Jennifer Lopez. She's got a... What the fuck was that? Now, maybe you guys are right. Maybe she doesn't have a gigantic ass. I stand corrected. Well, it's been quite a year in music, though. Let's look back. A lot of classic songs have been covered this year, haven't they? Lenny Kravitz did American Woman. Dwight Yoakam did Crazy Little Thing Called Love. And Barry Manilow released an album entitled Manilow Sings Sinatra, and I'll tell you, it is a great CD, or as I like to call it, it is a great coaster. I like to throw my drinks on that. It's not a good CD at all. And you know, with everyone so obsessed with their careers nowadays in music, you know what I mean? Here's a kind of a nice story. Celine Dion is retiring from music to try to start a family, you know, and I think she's serious about it, because I just saw her backstage chasing David Crosby with a bucket and a copy of Swank. So I think she's serious about it. Well, we've got a big show, so let's get it going. Yeah. Here are our first presenters. As Dr. Fraser Crane, he's achieved stardom in TV, and with hits like Come to My Window and Angels Would Fall, she's achieved stardom in music. But they have one thing in common. They both love the ladies. Please welcome Melissa Etheridge and Kelsey Grammer. Thank you. We're back here to present the award for the favorite country album. Our Shadazy, an interesting thing about the name Shadazy. Do you realize that the name Shadazy comes from the Native American word for my sisters? It's kind of like that other Native American band Chumbawamba, which means thanks for that one song. Ladies and gentlemen, Shadazy, right here. Okay, folks, before we continue, I have an announcement from the management. Would the owner of a Glock 9 with the inscription "To Puppy with Love" please pick up your gun? It's at the hospitality suite. Well, 1999 was a big year for Latin musicians, and Atlanta Braves pitcher John Rocker thinks they all suck. He especially hates our next performer, and has never bought any of his 13 consecutive #1 Latin singles or any of his 17 million albums he sold. So if you're watching now, John Rocker, be a good time to hit the can. For the rest of us, here he is, Enrique Iglesias. That's a coincidence, because I did that song in a karaoke bar the other night. That's one of my favorite songs. I was just talking to Dre backstage. I don't know if he's a real doctor, but he did prescribe me some stuff. So I don't know. There he goes. And that leads us to our first special merit award of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, For nearly 30 years, our next presenter toured the country with his band, the Grateful Dead, playing guitar to sold-out arenas of tie-dyed hippies. That's right. Please welcome the late, great Andy Garcia. I'll tell you, it's nice to be back on stage out here. You know, I don't want to say my dressing room is small, but Tommy Lee just dropped by to visit. He shook hands with Carmen Electra. He blew out a wall. He's got a huge... Anyway. And now to present tonight's next award. Real singers, country music stars Trace Adkins and Montgomery Gentry. Thank you, folks. Exciting. I didn't know the Judds were back together. Did you know that? I just saw them. I just saw the Judds backstage. Yeah, you're big Judds fans? I just saw the Judds backstage chasing David Crosby around with 6 mason jars and a ham sandwich tied on a fishing pole. I don't know what it means. Our next presenters are talented young stars who became overnight sensations with their brilliant debut albums. And if I can take this moment to offer a little friendly advice, kids, whatever you do, when you put out your second albums, don't suck. Please welcome Cal Bachman and Britney Spears. Yeah, Savage Garden. That was great. He didn't seem as savage tonight as usual to me, but that might just be me. You know, folks, it's time for our next presenters, and for a long time there's been a rivalry between West Coast rappers and East Coast saxophone players. But tonight they have put their differences aside to be here. Please welcome Warren G. and Kenny G. Our next performers took their name from the nickname of their home state. They picked Lone Star because the other nickname for Texas was already taken by that other band, Alabama. Ladies and gentlemen, Lone Star! Well, you all know our next two presenters. When he was on the show Silver Spoons, he went by the name of Ricky. But now he's all grown up on NYPD Blue, and he prefers to be called Big Ricky. She is an exceptionally gifted singer and songwriter by the name of Amy Grant, although she also prefers to be called Big Ricky, oddly enough. Ladies and gentlemen, big hand for Big Ricky Schroeder and Big Ricky Grant. Thank you, folks. I'm really happy to save the 90s Artist of the Decade Award for me to present. I have been a huge country music fan my entire life, and I'm a big fan of this guy. In case you don't know, there's been no need for voting on this one at all. The record stands by itself. Look at these statistics. The fastest selling artist in history. 4 albums, sold more than 10 million copies each. Over 95 million albums sold in all, more than any other American recording artist. By acclamation, the 90s Artist of the Decade, Garth Brooks. Together 3 of the hottest top 10 singers, and we put them together on this stage to participate in a bare-knuckle fight to the death. Here are Tyrese, Jessica Simpson, and Julio Iglesias Jr. All right. That's it, folks. Good night. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be here, you know, and I was asked to host the ESPYs this year. Yeah, hi, that's my name, Espen. When I was asked to host the ESPYs this year, folks, I said yes immediately for one reason and one reason only. This show has interns. I'll be having a little improper relations backstage a little later. But man, it's great to be here at the 6th annual ESPY Awards. Hard to believe, huh, that the ESPYs are 6 years old. Although Anthony Mason swears they're 18. So. Yeah, he'll be having sex with the ESPYs in about 12 years. So. I was a little late here tonight. I took the cab to the theater, folks. And I don't know if you've ever been in these New York City cabs, but I got one of those cabbies, couldn't speak English, you know. Saw his name there on the dash. I couldn't even pronounce it. I think it was something like Hideki Arabu. I'm like, Arabu's been having some trouble, man. They fired his translator. Steinbrenner fired his translator. And people see that as cruel, you know, but I don't know, you know. I mean, if you're not doing well in Yankee Stadium, you know, do you really need a translator? Do you want that, you know? You know? Hey, what'd they say? They say you suck. You should go back to Japan, you dirty foreigner. Okay, I got it. I'm trying to pitch over here. It's great to be here on ESPN. I love sports, man. Man, you can see sports on ESPN you don't see on other networks. You know, like kickboxing. That's my favorite sport. Kickboxing is great. When you think about it, it combines the style and grace of boxing with kicking. This seems kind of immature. Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know. And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack. Hey, have you heard about this? Ted Turner and NBC plan to start their own rival football league to compete with the NFL. And not much known about the specifics of this new league, except for this, it will suck. They know that. So they might have trouble, you know, getting advertisers when we know it will suck. And of course, congratulations to the Denver Broncos for winning the Super Bowl. How about that? Denver did great, you know. There he is. I love the Denver fans, you know, because for one thing, they don't wear food on their heads. That's nice. And they had a wild celebration in Denver after that Super Bowl, man. And now city officials expect an even wilder celebration if the Nuggets win 10 games this year. They say they're going to... say the whole city's going to go nuts. Yeah, the Nuggets are having a bad year this year, man. Matter of fact, they're making a film about the team. They got a pretty catchy title. It's Black Men Can't Jump Either. Well, NBA All-Star Weekend over. That was exciting, man. The East beat the West. Jeff Hornacek won the three-point shootout. Houston's Clyde Drexler and Cynthia Cooper won that exciting two-ball thing. And Charles Barkley won the throw a guy through a plate glass window contest. So that was quite a game, you know. I mean, you know who impressed me the most yesterday was Kobe Bryant. Unbelievable. This guy's amazing. 19 years old, the youngest starter ever in the All-Star game, and he played so well that today he was named spokesman for NBC's new public service campaign called Screw It, Who Needs College? Of course, the biggest story in basketball, no question about it, Michael Jordan may retire. Michael Jordan may retire after this season, and it's terrible news for Bull fans, you know, but it is terrific news for golf hustlers. They're happy about it. But Jordan is very serious, though, about leaving. In fact, he's already called the Hall of Fame to make sure that his plaque bears his basketball nickname, Air Jordan, and not his baseball nickname, Senior Crappy. That would just be disrespectful, you know? Well, how about them Winter Olympics? They're finally underway, so we've got a lot of great stuff to look forward to the next 2 weeks, like hockey and, well, just hockey, really. I was watching last night, I saw speed skating, and my goodness, you know, could the outfits they wear be any tighter? Holy Lord. There was an East German woman, I swear, you could see the outline of her entire penis. It was... Goodness. Well, there's all kinds of sports celebrities in the audience tonight. I see Tiger Woods right there. Tiger Woods, how about that, huh? Yeah, he's up for golf. Of course, he's up for Golfer of the Year this ESPYs. And you know who I feel sorry for, folks, is the other two guys nominated for Golfer of the Year. You see these guys getting ready, you know, it's like, hey, honey, have you seen my tuxedo? No, not the good one. The one I wear when I'm going to get my ass kicked. Have you seen that one? Yeah, Boomer Esiason is with us. Boomer. How you doing, buddy? Boomer, of course, will replace Frank Gifford on Monday Night Football next season. And Frank told reporters that this will allow him to spend more time with his wife and children. Then he broke down and cried for 45 minutes. So. And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case... all bets are off. Just a word of advice. Folks, before we can begin handing out our awards tonight, we must...
Live from Toronto at the Sony Centre, it's the 4th Annual Canadian Screen Awards with your host, Norm MacDonald, featuring Martin Short, Jay Baruchel, Rick Mercer, Emily Van Camp, Eugene Levy, Jacob Tremblay, Catherine O'Hara, Christopher Plummer, and Donald Sutherland. Now, please welcome Norm MacDonald.
Thank you and good evening. I'm Norm MacDonald, and I could not be more excited to be here. You know, when I was asked to host the Canadian Screen Awards, I called my good friend Chris Rock, and I said to him, I've got some great news, Chris. I'm going to Canada, and he said, I've got some great news too. I'm hosting the Oscars. What are you doing in Canada? And I said, visiting some family, friends. The usual. We're coming to you live from Toronto, or as you cost-cutting location scouts call it, New York City. Look at this beautiful crowd, though. Isn't it something? Dashing men. That sounded like Bobo. Look at this beautiful crowd, though, folks. Dashing men in black ties, sophisticated women in elegant gowns, and tonight, all of you are going to hear the word shits about 100 times. Never has there been such an assembly of great Canadian talent in a single location that did not have to be Zambonied first. Tonight, the CSAs are being seen in over 50 countries. Isn't that exciting? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Wait. I misread that. 50 counties. And a couple of regional municipalities. We are here to celebrate nominees for their wonderful work in Canadian cinema and television, which is a lot like celebrating the Northern Lights. You probably haven't seen them, but you've heard they're amazing. We were worried people would record the show and they'd just fast forward to the good parts, as is the want these days. So we have put a plan in place to prevent that from happening. We have decided to not have any good parts. I'm doing my part. But no, that's not true. We have a lot to celebrate in our industry. Amongst the TV shows nominated tonight are Amazing Race Canada, Big Brother Canada, Master Chef Canada. Where do they come up with these ideas? We are honored to have the great Christopher Plummer here tonight. Mr. Plummer is nominated for Remember, the story of a man who at age 90 sets out to kill the Nazi who murdered his family. And I thought I left things to the last minute. But it's been a wonderful year for Canada. It's been a especially great year for one little guy, one adorable little Canadian youngster who's already accomplished so much. Of course, you know who I'm talking about, Justin Trudeau. Hasn't he had a wonderful year? No, I'm kidding. I was misdirecting you. I'm talking about Jacob Tremblay. Jacob is up for Best Actor, and he will be competing against the aforementioned Christopher Plummer. You know, Jacob is only 9 years old. Christopher Plummer, 86 years old. But they have a couple of things in common. One, the deep love of their craft. And two, they are both up way past their bedtimes. And tonight, the Lifetime Achievement Award will be presented to Mr. Martin Short. It's the Academy's way of saying, thank you so much, we've had enough. Well, Don Riddle. As a friend, it's over. Ingenue Ellis is here tonight. Absolutely. She has done some powerful work in the Book of Negroes, which tells the story of a woman confronting the tragic legacy of racism in 18th century America. Oh, did I mention on the show Sunnyside I play a talking manhole? That doesn't mean it's better, it's just different. Ross of Sutherland is here, nominated for his role in River. And he is here with his iconic father, Donald Sutherland, who has come to support his son. Not to compete with him like someone I know, Eugene Levy. Oh, and Catherine O'Hara is here tonight, the wonderful... That's a beautiful dress you have on, Catherine. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. But Catherine is an actress of extraordinary range, from her many characters on SCTV, of course, to her work in Best in Show and Home Alone, and perhaps her most remarkable performance to date as the title character in the Book of Negroes. I lost $1. It's been a busy weekend getting here. We lost an hour. As you know, daylight savings time went into effect last night. I give it 6 months. And I'd like to take a brief moment, as all moments are, I suppose, to thank my writers. You know, the writers are so specialized these days. There's a joke writer, he gives you jokes. There's a gag writer, he gives you gags. There's a head writer, he gives you... What I'm saying is things are they're specialized. Well, we're going to start the show, but I was... It hasn't started yet, you didn't know. I saw a wild look of alarm cross your eyes. But I was backstage yesterday, and we were doing rehearsals, and I asked, what is the statuette called? And they said, it's called the Canadian Screen Award. And I said, well, that seems kind of dull. Like, what? That's the name of the award? And they said, well, we've been bandying around different names, but none of, they said in Canada it takes a long time to get stuff done and stuff. But one of them that they said, one of them they mentioned was the Candy. And I think John Candy, I mean, who doesn't love John Candy? So of course, the statuette should be called the Candies. So what I'm asking you to do is, if you are a presenter, ignore the teleprompter and say, the candy goes to. And if you are lucky enough to win one, go, I won a candy. What do you think of that? Can you go along with that? Excellent. That would make us a better nation. I am not here to upbraid. However, I think I made it quite clear that these awards should be referred to as the Candies. A 9-year-old child knew. Are you so burdened with this preposterous technology? So I would like not to see that again. Backstage I was thinking how different things are since I moved to the United States. Now I'm in the United States. One thing I've noticed about films, I don't like foreign films anymore.
they're all like artsy, kind of not my cup of tea. But when I grew up in Ottawa, by God, I loved foreign films. You know, Star Wars, Smokey and the Bandit. Do you remember that one? Here to present our next award, the Candy. And this will be the end of my upbraiding, I hope. Is an accomplished actor. All right. Hey, before we go on any further, how about a hand for the band, huh? Good job, guys. George St. Kitts and the Candy Band. Who can take a sunrise? Come on, guys. Sprinkle it, but they can't. Well, whatever. Well, our next presenters are political people. And it made me think, because I was just told Cape Breton Island, I don't know if you know this, but they are offering sanctuary to anyone that lives in America after Trump is elected president by a landslide. And I agree with this in principle, but why Cape Breton Island? I mean, can't I just flee to Toronto? Do I have to leave the fucking planet? I mean, I just go to Baffin Island while I'm at it. All right, now welcome to the stage, two Canadian. Oh, the Candies are going great so far, aren't they? I would like to say to Eugene Levy that there's no reason to be ashamed of your son. My son only this morning punched me in the chest really hard. Listen, I have some good news. I just found out that all of you here tonight will be getting a swag bag. Yeah. Just like the Oscars. I haven't seen one yet, but why don't we take a look and see what you're getting? I'm going to call Megan, our golden girl, out. Megan, our golden girl? Hi, Megan. Come on out here. Ah, you brought the swag bag. Yes, can you hold it open? And then I'll take things out of the swag bag. What do we have here? A loose pancake. What else we got here, Megan? We got, this looks cool. It's a CD, you know what they are, of Nelly Furtado singing all the national anthems. Torn from today's headlines. See what else we have. We have this. Ah, yes, this. This is a bottle of Eau de John Cherry Cologne. It's for the gentleman in the audience. Now, what else do we have? Hopefully something a little funnier than the last one. Here. We have a 30-minute massage from producer Robert Lantos. Don't try to go for 50. You only can hit 30. Then what else do we have here? Oh, a curling stone. You know what these are made of? I always took them for granite. Last time I take a joke from Martin Short. All right. Megan, just do some house cleaning here. Having a hand for Megan, our Golden Globe. A natural mistake. Now, please welcome one of Canada's... All right. I want to apologize for running out earlier. I don't know if anybody saw that. But, you know, these things happen in live TV, and it reminds me actually of a maxim that Christopher Plummer told me many years ago. He said, before a live awards ceremony,
Do not eat a fistful of LSD. Take that with you. I'm sorry, Jacob. How's Jacob doing? Hey, Jacob. Congratulations, buddy. This must be like deja vu for you, being stuck in a room for so long like this. All right, folks, please. All right. Listen, guys. For some reason, I've been told to stretch. So, I've never tried that before. The show's over, folks. Good night. But for the first candies, respect, peace. You know, when I was asked to host the Canadian Screen Awards, I called my good friend Chris Rock, and I said to him, I've got some great news, Chris. I'm going to Canada. And he said, I've got some great news, too. I'm hosting the Oscars. What are you doing in Canada? And I said, you know, visiting some family, friends. The usual.
Chris is very presentational, you know. And Chris talks about racial things, and
one person does something, they get canceled. Somebody else does the exact same thing, nothing. You know what I'm talking about. You know, like the kind of people that play Michael Jackson songs, but won't play R. Kelly. Same crime. One of them just got better songs.
See, there was a number of artists and people who, so for instance, Gary Glitter was caught doing inappropriate things, and his music career, you know, rightly sort of ended almost overnight.
Maybe. Did he have? If it had been T-Rex who had committed those crimes, I still think.
No, it's because I have a theory. It's to do with the quality of the music. Yeah. See, with Jacko, we didn't wipe Jacko out from history because we didn't want to go to weddings and not have Billie Jean.
Exactly.
So it's sort of, if the music was better in the case of Glitter, I think we'd have all. I mean, it felt like the entire world sort of turned their back on the Jacko accusations, right, and just said, well, anything. He didn't start doing this pre-dangerous. So we can listen to everything.
Know the end of day, nobody's gonna change. You won't ever leave. On my mind again, I'm still not tired of it. Can make you want me. And I might act okay, say things will stay the same. Say I'm all
Right, Robert Kardashian helped to free O.J. Simpson, a black football playing murderer. Woo! O.J. Simpson killed 2 white people and got away with it. That's another kind of black excellence.
During a recent interview on 2020, longtime O.J. Simpson friend Robert Kardashian said he now believes Simpson may be guilty. Though he did add that had he believed O.J. was guilty at the time, he never would have agreed to hide his bloody clothes and knife. At his civil trial in Los Angeles this week, O.J. Simpson attorneys began their case with an attack on Nicole Brown Simpson's character. Outraged Brown family lawyers responded, quote, Nicole is a victim. No matter what she did, she certainly did not cut her own throat. To which Simpson's attorneys replied, on the contrary, that is precisely what we intend to prove. A down-and-out O.J. Simpson, depressed that all of his money-making ideas have failed, has decided to go back to doing what he does best, killing people.
There's something about Norm MacDonald that every time he opens his mouth, I laugh. I don't know. It's just the style. It's the type of thing you can ask him anything. I mean, you remember from Saturday Night Live, and he anchored Weekend Update. and then did some OJ thing and got taken off by, what's the guy's name who took you off? I don't know. You don't remember either. Yeah. Anyway, aside from having the same birthday as me, you got problems. You're wearing eyeglasses, and the reason
wearing
is
eyeglasses
why?
because I swam for 2 days and got chlorine in my eye, and then I don't know, man. I thought I had allergies at first, but now I go, no, this feels like chlorine, like it burned my eye or something. I don't know if can actually happen.
Yeah.
I'll have to check the computer. I Google, computer MD, and then he tells me.
Is that the way it works?
That's what I do now, because I'm a bit of a hypochondriac, so.
Well, it makes life easy.
I'll go, and I'm reaching the age where, when you're young, you go, hey, man, my left arm hurts. Let's go, I'll have some soup. But then when you're older, you go, oh, my left arm. So it's probably nothing, but I could be having a massive heart attack.
Well, if you did, that'd be great publicity for the show.
Oh, I don't have one now.
Oh, if you're going to do it here. Well, look, everybody'd be talking about you. I get the publicity. It would work.
Yeah, it would. In a cynical world, it would work.
If you had to do a show right this minute, can you just turn on a dime and do it?
A comedy show?
Mm-hmm.
On what?
Well, you're here at No, forget me. You're at Cobb's right now.
I can do it. Yeah,
you can do it. You just turn yourself on and off.
Yes, sir.
Can we turn up the volume a little?
Am I not talking loud enough?
There you go. No, there you go. So what happened to your sports gig? That wasn't a bad show. And
that's fun, man, because I knew about sports, and so it was fun to do something like, because when I did Weekend Update and we did politics, I don't know anything about politics.
Oh, yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
Why, because you're Canadian?
Because it doesn't interest me. It's gossip. It's like reality show to me. Like if I watch, sometimes I'll turn it on, and I feel like a moron. Like a guy's going, like there's a politician that I'm supposed to back or something, and he's like, I'm going to watch him. And then he goes, we got to get America working again. And I go, okay, I'm a moron. Okay.
So you don't vote?
This is my guy.
Well, you're an American citizen, right?
No.
No, you're still Canada? Who's the Prime Minister of Canada? I don't know. Don't look at me.
It's so inconsequential. Even when you're Canadian, you rarely remember. Because it doesn't really... it's much more, if you're a Canadian, it's much more important to know the President of the United States than the Prime Minister of Canada.
And to know everybody on a hockey team.
Yeah.
Stephen Harper. I just got
That's
that.
his name,
That's his name, Stephen Harper.
Conservative from the West Coast.
The West Coast being what, Vancouver or something like that?
Maybe Alberta. I think it's Alberta.
Did you sleep last night?
I haven't slept like about 3 days. I've been very tired. Why, do you sound tired or something?
Yeah, it could have fooled me, yeah.
Well, I thought maybe I was getting a cold. I'm not sure. I had a sore throat.
That's that. Did I shake your hand?
I was warning everyone not to.
Yeah, I'm paranoid. I don't.
No, I am too. I'm like always that. So I thought it was just allergies with the chlorine. I don't know. I may be having like a cold or some gross thing.
You think?
I don't know. I haven't been sleeping very well. I've been sleeping, but
it's a shame we don't have a sleep train to add this hour. I could have helped you with that.
Yeah, sleep what?
Yeah, Sleep Train. It's a sponsor of ours.
Oh, Sleep Train.
A Sleep Train. Yeah, and they have all these different mattresses.
Oh, mattresses. I got a mattress.
You got a mattress?
Yeah, I got the hardest mattress there was in the store.
What was that?
I don't know what it's called. It was a mattress store I went to, and the guy said, "What do you like? This." He goes, "Would you like try a harder one?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "What about the hardest one of all?" I go, "Yeah." So that one was really cool. I go, "I'll get this."
And it's worked out?
Man.
It doesn't seem to have.
It's like sleeping on the floor.
Is it really? Why don't you just sleep on the floor? It's cheaper.
Well, I would, but people tell me, I don't know, people tell me I shouldn't, and I think if I roll around in a fetal position, there'd be a lot of pressure on my skeleton against the hard floor. It might be really too hard.
Well, you could get a pillow for that. That's a lot cheaper. Go back to the sports show. Why'd they cancel it?
I don't know. I think
they said low numbers, but I read that you were getting like a million a night. That wasn't bad.
It was good. Yeah, we had good numbers. I don't know why they didn't. I think they thought, well, I mean, there is a right thinking when something has sports in its title, no woman will watch. Therefore, you cut the audience in half instantly, which is a bad mistake.
That's not really true. A lot of women who love sports.
But no, there's not. No, not that'll watch it.
Oh, yeah.
No, well, that's not what the numbers showed.
Really?
No. The vast majority of women didn't. You know, even when, like in testing, they'd show the show, and then women and men would like it equally. You know what I mean? But they were forced in testing to watch it. But in the thing, when it says sports on it, that's the lady wants to turn it to a different channel. We're much more old-fashioned than you think.
Be honest with me on something. Would you be honest with me on something?
Yeah, of course.
Because I don't care. It's California. I'm not judgmental. You ripped it all?
Ripped?
Mm-hmm.
You mean steroids?
No.
Oh, no. Drip? No. God, no.
Then you're just tired. Then you're just tired? I mean, you just come off
Why
like
do
you're
I
just
come
enjoying life too much. Just kind of.
Oh, no.
Kind of rolling with
God.
it.
I'm not enjoying life.
Yeah,
I'm
no.
I'm either sick, I'm taking NyQuil.
NyQuil's like taking drugs.
Well, it is kind of.
Yeah, they got alcohol in there.
Yeah, I know, and I don't handle alcohol at all. But, yeah, it makes you sort of like, it takes away your stuffed up nose.
You know what helps
at the expense of being like sort of lightheaded.
Ice Cold Studio helps.
It is ice cold in the
See?
studio.
Trying to help.
I said I should have because I just came from L.A. where it was deadly hot.
It's like 100 degrees there.
Yeah, it was insane. So,
well, this is our heat wave. It's going to be like 86. Lloyd said 86 today in the
that's
city.
Gonna be cold. That is going to be very cold.
That's cold.
Yeah.
No, 86 is.
I'm down by the water, so it should be cold there.
I can imagine doing this.
Also, I think my voice is real low, like because I'm so nasal for my thing. That's what I think. That's why you think I'm ripped because I realize I'm so nasal. I'm kind of slurring, and I gotta get more energy. But the energy will be very false because I'm so breathless.
Would you rather be doing the show, or would you rather be me having to do the interview? 808-0810 if you want to have fun with Norm.
That's the eternal question.
Ain't it ever? 808-0810, Ron Owens, KGO.
It's Great Values Week at Safeway. That means great prices and amazing products. Don't miss our...
One time I remember I was a little kid, I was like 8 years old, and I was behind my garage. I was sneaking a cigarette back there, and my dad caught me. I'll never forget it. And he grabbed me, and he hauled me in, and I thought I was in for the strapping of my life, you know? What he did is he pulled out this giant cigar. Must have been half the size of my arm, this big cigar. Stuck it in my mouth, lit it up, made me smoke it all the way through, right to the end. That's when I started smoking cigars real heavy.
That, of course, is Norm MacDonald. Now, how would you did you hear yourself just now?
Yeah.
You think you sound the same?
No, I don't sound anything like that. That was when I was like young, and I was like, when I did my act, I was like in dead fear. So like my voice would like go octaves up, you know what I mean?
In fear of what? People not liking it?
I don't know. No, I didn't really care if people liked it. I think when I have this thing where if I'm afraid if I go on stage, I'll have a big heart attack and croak, and then I always think that.
You do?
Yeah.
Again, it'd be good publicity for the club. I mean, you're going to be where? You're going to be over at Cobb's this week.
Cobb's,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, we good. Help them out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. No, I have nothing against being a martyr.
All right.
For comedy, for free speech.
I'm gonna need help on this. 808-0810. Folks, you help interview him. Okay? Let's have fun. Rachel, San Jose, start it off. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Ron. I just wanted to tell you, Norm, that I've loved you for so long, and I really love the roast you did for Bob Saget. That was just some of the funniest comedy I think I've ever seen.
Oh, you're sweet.
Saget's a friend. I like him.
Saget's a good guy.
Where was the roast on, Rachel? I never saw it.
I think it was Comedy Central. And
really?
It was so great. If you could play a clip of it, I don't know if you can, but
I can't, but Chris Hernandez can.
He was roasting the roast. It was just so funny.
Ah, all right. Do you remember any of it, Norm?
Yeah.
Yep. What do you remember?
I did a roast of Bob Saget, and why? You have a clip of it?
No, we will get one.
Oh, he said there was a clip.
I think we're gonna go. Where are you going with this?
No, I was just wondering if there was a clip.
All right, no.
No, I instead of just me explaining it. But it was supposed to be, these roasts, you're supposed to insult people and be real dirty and stuff like that. So instead of doing that, I got a book that my dad gave me when I was a little boy. It was called 101 Insults to Tell People at a Retirement Party. So I got all my jokes out of that book.
You did, huh?
Yeah, and then and none of them were dirty at all. They were
I'm going to give it one more shot. How'd you get the Saturday Night Live gig? If you were you were the guy that was afraid and your voice would rise, how'd you get the gig?
I don't know. I just went to Lauren. They like my stand-up, and then they said, come in and do 2 characters and 2 impressions. And I said, I don't got nothing.
And that was it?
Yeah, that was it. I said, I'll go on as a writer, because I said, I'm not going to the audition because I don't know how to do characters or impressions.
Here's what we're going to do. You know, I've said it before, and I'll say it to your face, I love you. You make me laugh like crazy. I will plug where you're going. You're going to be at Cobb's tonight, 8 and 10:15, Saturday, 8 and 10:15, Sunday, 8 o'clock. Don't be upset with me. We're done, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Norm. I love you. Cool. I like you. Next time. We'll catch you next time.
Okay, baby. That was fun.
After MacDonald unexpectedly passed away in 2021, Catan revealed that the feud had been partly embellished for the sake of the media, and that these 2 wildly different comedians actually shared a mutual respect and a, quote, comedic love.
Chris Catan you didn't like.
Catan's all right. We had, when you're in that, it's like being, I won't say it's like being in war, but when you're in a situation, everyone's fighting for themselves.
There's another great quick Norm story. Great quick Norm story.
Kid, Artie.
Well, Jim will appreciate that. They do a big Rolling Stone article about the Kansas City.
That was a great one, man.
They do a big Rolling Stone article about the cast.
I got a good one.
So the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Right, yeah.
And it's everybody kissing each other's ass. So they ask Norm about Chris Catan. And it's after pages of, I've never seen someone do better character work. Norm's quote is, he seems gay to me. He goes, I've never met a guy who said he wasn't gay. He seems so gay. But I guess he says he's not gay, so whatever.
Hey.
I love that.
What about Norm MacDonald? You're at war with him as well. You 2 don't like each other.
Warring with Norm?
Here's what Norm said.
Oh, good.
I got it for you.
Another one.
Chris and Norm MacDonald apparently hate each other. This is according to my notes. When Norm hosted Saturday Night Live, Chris did not appear on the show. Wow.
Wait, when was...
In November of 97.
Oh, right.
Norm said of Chris, I don't know, but to me he seems gay. Right. He claims he's not, but I've never seen like a guy who's not gay seem so gay. I don't find him funny. What can I say? Never made me laugh. What happened between... First of all, I don't believe you're gay, are you? I know someone you dated.
No, I'm not gay.
Yeah, you did.
And he's certainly had to have laughed at you once or twice.
Right.
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
a funny guy.
Right.
Well, that was the
your characters.
Some
of your characters are effeminate, so maybe people think you're gay.
Like Mango's,
he's gay,
queer as day.
Right. So
yeah.
So is Norm a homophobe? Is that the problem? He doesn't like gay characters?
I definitely think he has a problem with homophobe.
But give me the history of this. I love feuds.
Okay, let's see. What is, I don't know
you
exactly.
You didn't appear on the show for a reason. You just
No. I don't. I just think I didn't get my sketches in. It wasn't like I'm not appearing in the show.
And when you were on Saturday Night Live, I've heard this before. When you say you didn't get your sketches in, you have to write your own material. If you don't get it in, if
it doesn't pass muster,
then you're not on the show.
Right.
Wow, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, every week.
So do you have to hire separate guys to help you write material?
No. I mean, they're there. There's people you write with normally. So
right, okay. Because I heard some people don't help other people. You know.
No, some people don't.
Right.
But I'm not. Because I'm not exactly the easiest guy to write for, though. I'm not like. I'm not an everyman. I can't be the boyfriend all the time. I'm more of a freak.
So why Norm MacDonald? I mean, Norm is an easygoing guy. I know Norm. Why the dislike? Something happened.
Well, let's see. When I first got on the show, he was so nice. He and Spade,
right,
were just like so nice. And then I don't know what happened. He just started. Like Garth Brooks was, we did like a pitch meeting, and he started saying things in the pitch meeting like, you don't want to do, like Garth Brooks was a guest. Yeah. Was a guest. I was like, I'm sure you don't want to do another fag sketch. Like things like that, people would laugh.
Oh dear.
I was like, why is he saying
All
why
of
does
this.
it? And then it got kind of old, like, Jesus, Norm, you're like another...
And it makes you inhibited in a writing meeting if someone's goofing on you every time you open up your mouth, right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't care because I'm not gay. If I was like, you know, some gay guy going, I don't want anyone to know that I'm just...
Right. And so the gay jokes kept going and going and going.
Yeah, the gay jokes kept going and going.
And then you finally said, hey, I've had it with you, Norm.
Well,
Did you ever confront him?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but it's like a playful thing. He says it's like a Jack Benny, Fred Allen kind of a feud thing.
But you don't see it that way.
No, I think he's I don't know. But he this is what happened. We were on a flight together. We didn't plan on being together on the same flight. We were flying from LA back to New York.
Right.
To do Saturday Night Live, and it was a red eye, and he's behind me, and we're getting along, whatever. He's talking about crapping on women, or I don't know what he was talking about, something like that.
Yeah,
and it was funny because he was so loud,
right?
So everyone else could hear it. I'm like, I just crap on this girl.
Yeah.
And I'm like, laughing,
right?
Because he's a funny guy.
Yeah.
And then I wake up, and because it's a red eye, and one of my shoes is missing. I was like, where's my shoe? And Norm's like, hey, you lost your shoe, huh? And then he leaves. And I'm like, so disoriented. And I'm the last guy in the flight looking for my shoe. And I just, walk off the plane with one shoe. And all the stewardesses like, you are funny.
Oh, no. So he stole your shoe.
He stole my shoe.
And he's playing goofs on you. He's not respecting you.
Right.
Right.
And then I took his jacket on a really cold night.
Yes.
And his assistant called me at home going, I got to get Norm's jacket. Please get me Norm's jacket. And she was like freaking out.
Right.
I was like, no, this is between Norm and I.
You can't play in this game. Right. Chauncey Hayden, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
All right.
I've interviewed Chris before. He's a good guy. Chris.
Thank you.
Is it not true that Jim Brewer, your former cast member, had a problem with you as well?
I think at one point he thought I stole an idea from him.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So, man, there's so much infighting. You got to admit.
But that's it, though.
Really?
That's not much for like 6 years.
With a lot of the cast members, and I think with Chris, do you remember that Rolling Stone cover came out, and they only put certain members of SNL on the cover?
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Didn't that cause a lot of strife inside?
Yeah, well...
Why, they only chose certain amount of people for the cover. It was you.
Right, it was Will, me, Molly Shannon, and Sherry O'Terry.
And you did the cover, and the rest of the cast felt like, hey, what are we, garbage?
What is this?
But why be mad at you?
It was because of our characters, too. It was like there was the cheerleaders.
You were the breakout guys.
Roxbury guys.
Right.
And Mary Catherine.
But aren't they mad or jealous because you guys broke out and they didn't? And don't they think that you should stick up for them and insist that they be on the cover as well? But you don't have that kind of juice.
No, what are we gonna?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only makes sense that they would be on the cover, but what are we gonna do?
Right.
I mean, Norm wanted to be. There's a big stink because he wanted to be on the cover
by himself.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't know if he wanted. No, he wanted to be
in that picture.
I don't know. He showed up later, and then he wanted to be. He wanted to stand in the middle of us.
And you said no.
Well, it was just like weird.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why are you
like who are you?
Like here? It's like my variety show. What?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I guess he thought he was the guy. All right, Chauncey, thanks. All right, Artie Lang, go ahead.
Hey,
Artie
what's
Lang.
up, man?
Yeah, hey, Artie.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, I like Chris. I think he's funny. But what he said before about that Rolling Stone cover is wrong.
All right, go. Artie's going to defend Norm, I guess.
Okay. Norm representative.
You might be wrong.
All right, go ahead.
No, it's just that Chris made it sound like Norm showed up begging to get on the cover of Rolling Stone.
Oh no, he wasn't begging. He was just like assuming he was on the cover with us, and
well, he was though.
I know he was,
but he wanted to stand in the middle as well.
No. They were begging Norm to do it, and he thought it seemed weird.
He didn't want to do it.
Right, he thought it seemed weird to stand in the middle of all you guys.
Oh, that's true.
They definitely wanted Norm to be on the cover because at the time, I mean, he was the funniest guy on the show. Howard, you've said that a million times.
I think Norm is hysterical.
He is. I already said that.
Yeah, and so does Chris.
But, I think Chris, he made it sound like Norm's begging to get on the cover of Rolling Stone.
No.
You guys said no.
Hey, Artie, do you know why Norm has such a problem with Chris?
No.
What is his problem?
I don't know. I wasn't there when they met or all that stuff happened.
He's never really...
Well, you are Mrs. Norm MacDonald.
Wait a minute, you weren't there during the shoot either, but you know all about that.
As a matter of fact, I was, because me and Norm had already done the movie, and I had lunch with his assistant. We went over there.
There you go,
Yeah,
Artie.
I can tell you, Howard, it's Christopher Walken. I hosted Saturday Night Live
Yes.
several times. I think Norm is just a funny guy. He came up to me one day and said, I'm a big fan. I said, what's your favorite movie? He said, Chris Kattan's a fag.
Really?
Nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, well, that's
I, for the
ridiculous.
record, have never heard Norm say that.
All right. Thank you, Artie.
All right, man.
Where are you today?
I'm in beautiful New Jersey.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
You want to hear? Go ahead.
Go ahead. There you go.
We're on SNL one time, right? This is what Norm just didn't care about anyone. This a quick story. Pamela Anderson is on it. Every time a hot chick would come on, Kattan would go over the top to like, oh my God, he'd write a sketch. We're gonna make out. She's hot. She's with Tommy Lee Hammer. Back off.
Yeah, right.
I mean, come on. So he writes a sketch, and they do this sketch where it's the Twilight Zone when everyone's in pig face or something.
Right.
So that's the goof. So me, Kattan, we're all in it, and Norm is the guy who's got to go, imagine if you will. Now, Norm doesn't read sketches, and he's a pro.
Right.
So he would rehearse it and go, hey, imagine if you will, second time, and Kattan would go, oh my God, you don't even sound like him. Why would you do that? And I would stand and go, Norm, you gonna hit him back? Like, you gonna say something to him? You just gonna take that from this guy? Now we go to a dress show, which has an audience, and it's being filmed.
Right.
And again, he starts punking into Norm on the set.
Right.
He's going, oh my God, Norm, you gonna do it right? It's my only sketch.
Right, you don't sound like Rod Serling.
He's like, hey, imagine 10, 9, and we're on. And, hey, imagine if you will. And he knew the deal.
Right.
Now we go to air. And Norm still hasn't said nothing. Every time Kattan would say something to him, I'd look at Norm like, hey, man, you're my hero. What's up? Because if you're not going to say something, I will.
Right.
And sure enough, he'd give me like a wink. I swear to you, he'd give me a wink. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Live air comes on. And I'm like, 20 seconds to the Twilight Zone sketch. He starts up again. Where Mike, the whole audience is listening. He's like, oh, my God, Kattan. Norm, you better sound like... Oh, God, Pamela, you're so hot. Norm, Pamela, I can't wait if you ever get rid of... 10 seconds! Norm turns to Kattan. Right before his head, he goes, hey, Pamela, did Chris tell you he's gay yet? And he's got all this rage because he likes being gay. Why don't you just say you're gay and you wouldn't have all this anger and be a pester? 5 seconds! And you wouldn't have all this rage and try to interrupt everyone's sketch because you suck this week. And we're on! Imagine if you will. Like, there's my hero. There's my hero.
See, he knew to save it for the live air.
Saved it. He saved
nice.
it.
And Kattan sank.
I couldn't even get my words.
I had Jim Brewer on the show.
I love Jim Brewer.
Yeah, he was talking about...
He's a nice boy.
He was talking about a sketch that you guys were doing on
Nice
SNL.
kid. Yeah.
Where you were supposed...
Well, yeah.
I didn't know if that was willfully condescending.
Oh, no.
No,
I meant he's a great boy.
No, he's
a man.
Boy.
He's a man.
Yeah, he's a man. He's a grown man.
He always seems like he has a childlike...
He does. That's true.
Yeah.
And he's also always seems stoned, which is weird, even though he's not.
Yeah,
He
his eyes have
Yeah.
that.
But he was talking about this sketch where you were going to be playing Rod Serling from the Twilight Zone.
Serling, we call him.
Sorry, what's Rod Serling? And you were going to be doing this big impression. And Chris Kattan was annoyed that you weren't in character doing the impression through the whole rehearsals. And just before you went to air live, this happened. Take a look at Jim describing the scene.
I'll just say, he goes, hey, Kattan, not everyone's a real pain in the ass like you, and you're a screw. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you. Nobody can stand you. I can't stand you. You ask around anyone. 3 seconds. And he just insulted him on such levels that was so wrong that I can't repeat. And Lily, when the sketch started, he turned and goes, imagine if you will. I just nailed it.
Do you remember that? Do you remember what he said?
remember that. Yeah, I didn't say what he said. He was saying he was being.
He was paraphrasing and being kind. What did you say?
Well, Chris is a great guy, but he used to bring around women all the time to the show. Big, tall women. Big bruisers. And he'd say, "Look, I'm heterosexual." I mean, he wouldn't say that out loud. But that's what that would be the caption on the picture in the New Yorker. Boy, those are funny.
So it was something related to his sexuality.
Maybe. But listen, if I call a person gay, that ain't no insult.
It's a good thing nowadays.
Yeah, if you say it's an insult, you're the homophobe, not me.
Correct.
Call me to say goodnight. Kiss me once or twice. I'll never let go of you. Fold me into your arms. Stay with.
Would you care to hear my Anthony Hopkins?
I want to hear
From
Anthony
Sounds of the Lambs?
Yeah, I want to
Okay,
hear.
you be the girl.
Impression?
You be the girl.
Jodie Foster?
Yeah, just say something.
Who recently came out, right?
Yeah, but don't put that.
I'm not plugging that.
Okay, so just say it. Like you're,
I don't need
I'm Hannibal the cannibal.
I'm Jodie Foster. I can't do Jodie.
No, just say any line.
Okay. Hannibal, you're terrible. What have you done to these innocent people?
Clarice, I don't know what you dream about, but I ate a guy. What? That wasn't good at all. I've never done it. Here's the problem. I've never done an impression of him.
Do one. Here's Jessica Biel from Flashdance.
Okay. So okay, Jessica. Yeah. Man, aren't you getting ready for your dance?
Yeah, I gotta go. I got a big thing tonight. It's like
Jennifer.
That my Jessica Biel and his Anthony Hopkins.
It was pretty close. They were pretty close. No, sometimes you think a good impression might come out. Do you ever do that?
What?
You go,
I didn't even hear what you said.
You go, man, I like this guy. I'll try him. Maybe it'll come out and sound like him.
It's the first time you try an impression. Like, maybe I could do Cary Grant. Yeah, I'm Cary. Nah, it didn't work out.
Didn't work
out. That scene that you guys
Daryl, where's Daryl?
The scene that you
Here's
guys
my
just
Daryl.
did, the one that you just did.
Yes.
You did it a few times, so.
Yeah, every time we try to mix it up a little, you know.
It's good to do it less than more.
Sometimes less is more.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes
it really is.
Sometimes more is more when you're talking about fat women, but less is more when it's acting.
Yeah, if you're talking about little women, it's better to talk more about them.
Yeah, less is less. With
talk
women,
less about heavier women.
But less is more in acting. But with big fat women, less is actually less. More is more. There's no hiding that.
It's true. Here's my impression of a big fat woman. Not very good.
Hey, fatty.
So how much longer are you guys going to be here?
What?
We're that's it.
Let's do a little from the sunshine.
We flew in for a half hour.
Let's do a little from the sunshine.
We're here for another week, I think.
But next year the sunshine. Do you want to hear a little?
I don't know
sunshine
any
voice?
from the sunshine.
I don't know. Well, they said we could add a little bit off.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to get together. Get back on the road again. See? Do our vaudeville act.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Don't you see I got all this paperwork to do?
Yeah, you're balder than anything.
Wait a minute. If I weren't 70.
Ah.
Let's see. That's good.
That was
I got all this paperwork to do, and if I weren't 70.
In Duluth, Minnesota, authorities suspect arson was to blame for a fire that destroyed a mobile home and killed 73 cats. The chief suspect so far, this dog. Dogs don't care for cats much, you know. How could they not know that? This week, Disney released a new CD featuring a rapping Mickey Mouse. To avoid controversy, the CD will not include the controversial hit single, Cat Killer. And in a related story, this week marked the 5,000th performance of the Broadway musical Cats. It also marked the 5,000th time a guy turned to his wife and said, "What the hell is this?" You know, cat ladies, they're so crazy, they're always thought to be crazy. You know who's even crazier? Snake ladies.
Oh, yeah.
They have
Absolutely.
This is so your style right here.
What?
The writers, whoever they are, they're writing, they know how to write for you. Just read this one.
Cats and paraplegics have a lot in common. For starters, neither appreciates going into your pool.
No, you didn't read it right. Neither appreciates being tossed in your neighbor's pool.
Yeah, they deserve a raise. So anyways, we go to the Cats, you know, and this is something I've heard about for years. Cats. Been around
forever.
Yeah. Is that what it is?
I think.
Yeah. And I go there. I go, what?
Cruller.
So I go to Cats. You're not, I don't know if I'm an idiot or if everybody else is an idiot, but it's probably me.
No.
It's about cats. That's right. I'm talking. It's about actual cats. So I said to the guy at halftime during the thing, I go out and I say, there's a dude working there. I say, good God, man, that's about actual cats, right? So the guy goes, well, what the hell you expect? It says cats. And I go, I don't know. I thought it was like a symbolism. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, right.
I mean, if you went to like Dog Day Afternoon and there's a bunch of dogs in the afternoon, you'd want your money back.
Literal, exactly, yeah.
Am I able to have a good time? My cat just had a heart attack.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he had a heart. You ever hear such a crazy thing?
No, I didn't know they got things like that.
Yeah, they get heart attacks. So I got it off Steve Corrin, this writer up at
Sure,
Saturday Night
I know
Live.
him, yeah.
Yeah, so he gives me his cat. Turns out it's some kind of a defective cat, you know? So he's a nice cat and everything. I'm getting along with him. I come back to my apartment last week. The cat's like foaming at the mouth. He's shaking like this. He's foam coming out. So I didn't want to get near it. I thought maybe he'd, you know, who knows? He was delirious. Maybe he'd think I'm a mouse. So I said, I didn't want to get near him. So I phoned 911. You know, I panicked. I phoned 911.
Right.
Which it turns out it's just for people. I didn't know that.
Didn't know either.
They got mad, man. They said they would have me arrested if I phoned back.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, you know, I love this cat. It's a good cat. So I took him down. I got him in a cab, and I took him down to the hospital, the animal hospital. And the guy tells me, my cat had a heart attack. He takes him away. He says, oh, yeah, he had cardiac arrest and stuff. And he started asking me questions about, like, he says, I said, what would cause that? He goes, you know, diet, stress.
Stress?
Yeah. Well, he had a big promotion coming up. So, and then he let me visit the cat. He says, you can visit the cat, you know. There's visiting hours. I go, all right. So you go in this room, and then they bring the cat in a cage. He's all drugged up. And then they put the cat, like, on a bed. And then the guy goes, okay, we'll be back in a half an hour. You have half an hour, you know? So I'm with the cat, like, for half an hour. So after 5 minutes, you know, I figured, I got a life to get back to. You know, it's a cat. So we go out, and so afterwards he told me he had a lot of, he said he could have an operation, which was like $4,000, which, you know, I could buy like 100 cats for that, you know? But then I figured, what the hell would I do with 100 cats?
Right. So you got the cat. You sprung for the operation.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No, there was another thing where he's on medication, you know, and I have him on medication. I have this medication. And he said there was some good news and bad news. He said the bad news was the cat only has like a 20% chance of survival, but he says the good news is it's just a cat.
He's a bad doctor. He's a bad doctor, too.
And since I've gained it, I sweat like a like a whore in church. I don't mean to be
what?
I don't mean to be filthy, but
a whore in church.
Yeah, she's nervous, so she sweats because
sweating like a Chris Dorner in a Big Bear cabin.
Okay, come on.
Well, I'm just
that's racist.
Oh, good morning, whores. Listen, Mary. Let me talk to the whore. Is she around?
Who?
The whore. I think her name was Leeka or Lisi or something. It was one of them weird names.
I want to kill Leisha.
Well, she better be careful then. Hey, wait a minute. Leisha, that's the whore. No, you can't kill her. Listen, Margaret, put on the whore. No, I thought she was a whore. I could have got my nose bit off by a Saigon whore. Got some news for you, whore. I'm packing up and moving out of this dump. I'm fine. Broads like you are a dime a dozen. I'll see you in hell, baby. That's still cute? Mm-hmm. Did I say baby? I meant dirty whore. Hey, Shelley. Shelley, don't forget that old saying about firemen. Don't be such a huge whore. Well, yeah, but you get the idea, right? That she was a huge whore?
Yes, I got that.
She also said, don't fall for any old whore like your daddy did. Well, Lori, I mean, you have to admit, you come off a bit of a whore in this whole thing. Hey, well, don't forget your huge collection of Mardi Gras beads, whore. Who do you love?
Kevin.
Kevin, you gold-digging whore! Look, Taylor, I don't think you understand. You're a huge whore. Which just goes to show you, Madonna's a whore. And in the worst job category, last year's winner, crack whore, has lost its spot. The new worst job is assistant crack whore. There's only one occupation where the person does not keep his job when he
wins the lottery.
Wins the lottery. You know what that occupation is?
No.
Crack whore.
That was amazing. You pulled it out. I was worried about you for a minute. I thought you were in deep trouble. I thought you might get backed into a corner, have a lot more pressure on you, and then not have anything.
I know.
Las Vegas is now home to a 550-foot-tall Ferris wheel. Also drawing thousands to Las Vegas, whores. That's you. That's your voice all the way right there. That's the old Norm MacDonald lean in, whores.
No. I saw Jimmy Brogan one time, and he was like you, wouldn't curse.
Right.
And heckled mercilessly at the Laugh Factory. And so the guy was like, you fucking cocksucker. He's like, very nice, sir. Yeah, very good, yeah. Do you talk to your mother like that? Yeah, why do you suck my cock, you fucker? Very nice, yeah. Good for you, then.
That's a funny way to handle that, isn't it?
Sometimes I was a little blue on stage.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I just try to avoid Jimmy. Because he'd seek me out and go, you're a funny guy. You got some good jokes. You don't have to do that.
That's a funny impression.
That one time, Michael Richards, this was before the catastrophe.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm going to go across the country. He would walk on stage and fall and hit it. And the funniest thing I've ever seen. And then he'd start talking about the Bible. And then he said to me, he goes, I'm going to go around the country. Do you think a man could live inside a whale? I go, you shouldn't start talking about that. The only guy I can really do is Richard Nixon. He's being interviewed by David Frost.
Right.
And they made a movie where they pretended David Frost
Frost
won,
Nixon.
But in the real tapes, Nixon won, clearly.
Right.
But anyways, it was very funny because Nixon would use the ridiculousness of Watergate against his interlocutor.
Right.
And so David Frost was interviewing Richard Nixon.
Right.
Because Watergate was so ridiculous, Nixon would use that for his own benefit. So at one point, David Frost goes, now, Mr. Nixon, when E. Howard Hunt and Gordon Liddy entered the Watergate hotel and broke into the room, at that moment, they were carrying listening devices and wigs. Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose that they were carrying listening devices. Perhaps you could call them hearing devices. And wigs. Says now when Howard Hunt and G. Gordon Liddy broke into the Watergate Hotel, they were wearing wigs and listening devices. And Richard Nixon goes, well, I suppose you could say they were wearing listening devices, or perhaps you'd call them hearing devices. And wigs.
I never knew that you had such a flair for impressions. They're really, really good impressions.
I don't do impressions, but I just...
And the Jimmy Brogan, I've never seen anybody do Jimmy Brogan. That was great. I love the Jimmy Brogan.
I went to Rodney Dangerfield's club when I was in Century City in Los Angeles. He opened one.
Yeah.
For a short time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so the comics would come up, and then after the comics came up, he'd come up. And he'd be wearing his pajamas half the time.
Right, yeah.
And so he'd take questions from the audience. It was funny because most of the questions were jokes, but then suddenly he'd be honest. So they'd go, you know, how's your dog? Hey, you kidding, Viddy Boomba, you know. You know, last week he said he had 4 cases of VD. He's all right now, you know. But it's like, you know, how's your dating life going, Rodney? Are you kidding, you know?
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind. And still in line.
This is what I saw one time. It was the day he got married. He stopped at the Improv to do a set. His wife was in a wedding dress, and he introduced her.
Come on.
Yeah, he said, give her a hand. I just got married, all right, okay? And the woman stands up in a fucking wedding dress, and everyone claps, and then he goes, she's no prize. He goes, she says, we have so much in common. I said, I don't like to suck dick. And now she sits down. It's her wedding day. But anyways, so I see Rodney, and he's taking questions from the audience. And so they ask him about his doctor. So he says, Vinny Boomba is doing all right. Asked about his kids. Nothing, no respect at all. He says, one guy says, when are you going to do your next movie? You tell me, you cocksucker, motherfuckers. Everyone's like, what? Motherfuckers won't give me a movie after fucking Harry Basil. Are you kidding me?
Like her.
Another terrific impression. Fantastic.
I love it.
What are the best things in your life right now?
The best thing is my son. I would like to say to Eugene Levy that there's no reason to be ashamed of your son. My son only this morning punched me in the chest really hard.
How was your summer? What'd you do? Anything good?
It was great. Yeah. It was a lot of fun. I have a little boy, you know.
How old's your son?
He's 6 years old.
Oh, that's great.
I want to say 6. And he's a lot of fun. I do things with him, you know. We play and stuff.
What do you do? What kind of things?
I took him to Disney World.
Well, there you go.
Down in Florida. You ever go there?
I've never been there, no.
Well, you're barren. Not barren, but
you're
right,
I'm barren. That's right, I'm barren. I'm infertile.
Only
That's
ladies.
Right. I can't possibly have children. What's your son's name, Timmy?
Little Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. Not
name for Bob Dylan?
Yeah, I named him for Bob Dylan, and I thought, hey, man, nobody's going to be named Dylan. That's a cool name, because when I was a kid, I always read Dylan...
Thomas?
Dylan Thomas, A Child's Christmas in Wales.
Yeah.
And so I said, hey, nobody will have that name. And then everybody has that name, because they had that kid on 90210. This is too long, right?
I'm so glad you're back, Norm. We haven't seen you in quite a while.
I missed you, man.
Yeah, glad to see you. How have you been, and what have you been doing?
Oh, man, nothing compared to you. Congratulations on young Harry.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, he's a good boy, I
nice
understand.
Fella. Yeah. You have a son also?
I have a son, yeah, a little older. He's, I want to say... he's 10 or 15. Yeah. The point is this. I want to give you a little advice. First of all, they get less cute.
Oh, see, yeah.
And you got to, when they're young, you got to do certain things. For instance, because you love your child more than anything, right. Obviously. And when I was young, and I had my little boy, Dagwood.
His name is Dagwood.
I named him after the literary figure Dagwood Bumstead.
Yeah.
Now, his name is Dylan. Named after Dylan Thomas, because my father read me a Child's Christmas in Wales every Christmas. So, when the kid's young, as Dylan was, I used to play basketball with him, and I would always let him win, because I figured that was the thing to do as a father. Now, he's 16 years old, and he can beat me easily.
Oh.
Now, he thinks that he's always been able to beat me. I told him, I said, no, I used to let you win. He's like, no. So my advice is beat the hell out of Harry.
While I can.
While you can.
Yeah. Not sure that I can even now. Now, Norm, I remember years ago you told me that you were there for the birth of your son, and I always remember this. And you said that was the most exciting thing you had ever participated in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And then what happened?
I took crystal meth.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know what you were getting.
No, that's right. No, and then you said a couple of weeks later you went skydiving.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah. Or hang gliding. Yeah, hang gliding. And how was that compared to the birth? It was.
This was a joke I did at one point?
I have to do your act for you now? Is that what it's come to? And you said that was much more exciting than the birth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's what's.
Pleasure in my son being happy.
Ah.
Yeah.
How old is your son?
He's, what, 10, 15?
You liar! He's 6. He's a 6-year-old. You just about you had sex in the last 10 years.
No, my son's 16 years old. He's 6. No, he's 16 years old.
He's 16.
Yeah.
So is he a confidant? Do you call him and, do you ever share personal, trials and tribulations and triumphs?
I would never do that to a child.
He's 16.
Well, I mean,
as you have said, he can't be a child forever. When are you going to put the hard realities of life on him?
Well, that's an interesting question. That is an interesting question because I actually have love for my son.
Yes.
Like deep,
of course,
deep love.
He's your son,
and so I don't want to damage him with
the way you were damaged. With the harsh realities.
Damaged? No, I had a great. No, but I don't want to damage him with any viewpoints I may have, because he's not ready yet for reality. I think children aren't ready for reality for a while, but I do tell them that education is pointless and things like that.
What does his mother say?
She thinks that he should go to college and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should. And you're not everyone can grow up and be a comedian.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just arbitrary nonsense. I tell him even the classes he takes now, it's just ridiculous. That algebra has no meaning and none
unless
of this
he becomes an engineer.
Well, unless he becomes.
Do you have no hope for this child?
Unless he becomes a math professor. But I mean, you think it's a coincidence that they have 6 subjects out of 10 billion that they teach in school?
And then you pick one of the 10 billion to focus on.
No, you have to.
You need
they don't
basic
teach you
math.
10 billion.
You need basic language. It's lovely when the school has art or music, which none of them do anymore. A little PE to keep us from getting fat. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, they have
little science, some of the basic science stuff. Sure they do. Of course they do.
No, I tell him if he wants to go to college, he should have a goal, to be.
He can't. He's 16. No kid at 16 has a goal. Their goal is to be a rock star. Or have sex. Well, right. I mean, that's actually the goal. Does he want to have sex? Or did you tell him, don't bother with that? There's nothing for you in that. It's just repetitive. It's over and over. Same thing.
Discuss something like that with him. I hold him in too high esteem to discuss it.
We're super short on time. I've already missed my traffic thing. I'm fascinated. I don't know whether to slap you or hug you. Like, seriously, I feel like someone needs to shake you and knock some sense into you. We are going to take a short break.
Or maybe you.
What?
Maybe you.
Knock sense into me? No, I'm doing fine. I'm good over here.
Oh, me too.
No, you're not. I'm telling you. I know from broken people, Norm MacDonald.
You say I don't listen. I tell you I try. And we both got our own problems. But I still.
Is that a seal?
It was sort of, I was being a sarcastic prick.
Okay, I
what I was doing.
I got you.
But, it's hard, with the Web-O-Vision, it's hard. It's never really going to work perfectly, Yeah. We got a baby seal, we got a ferret, and no audio, but we can comment on it.
We got Steve in the studio using just old-fashioned TV techniques.
Yeah, this is somebody calling in.
How are you?
Funny.
I do that on my
baby
Skype.
seal calling in from Canada.
I do
you
that.
like seals?
I do that too on my Skype with my friends. I get like little dinosaurs. I'm like, I am going to eat you. My name is Stegosaurus and stuff like that. But this guy's not very good. I don't know. My name is Stegosaurus and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's a big delay.
Yeah, some sort of delay. Well, let's not take a call for a minute.
Let's just talk, man.
Yeah,
let's just talk.
It's just not fucking
Let's
working.
just 3 guys from Canada that were, you know, where were we 20 years ago? I don't know.
Here, I think.
Wait, I wasn't here. You were here?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, well, I was.
How long have you been in Los Angeles for?
I guess 14 years.
14
years.
years.
I was here for a little bit before I went to New York. But.
Have the hills always been on fire every year as much as they are right now? Can we get a shot of that, by the way? We actually have a shot that we're literally right across the street from the burning hills of Los Angeles. Can we get a shot of that? Yeah.
Your twins were born here. Norm? Your twins.
Yes, your twins. Your twins were born here. Your twins are here right now.
Well, I don't have a camera, so I can't.
Okay. Okay, wait. Well, we'll get a shot of the fire in a minute. Your 2 sons are here tonight. This is a very. This is great. I wasn't sure if they wanted to be on the show or not. Those are your 2 sons are here tonight. This is a real fun. I'm glad you guys finally made it up here too. This is great. Yeah, you guys got to come up here more often. Absolutely. Yeah, this is good. Now, Norm, yeah, are you going to bring your twins up more often?
Oh, here now? Yeah, they can come out if they want.
Yeah.
You mean do a sketch or something?
Well, no, I was just saying in the future.
Sure.
But if they
No,
want
they
to
can
come
do
on
it
right
now.
now,
Yeah, sure.
Do they want to come
See
on?
if we get up and give them the legs.
You guys don't have to leave, though. You guys
No,
can
no,
leave.
we'll be here.
We'll be in the audience.
Okay. They're going to do a
We're gonna
sketch?
get off the camera, and I don't know what this is.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live on the internet right now. We're
I should hold the box.
trading seats here. Norm's twins are Dylan and
Dylan.
Dylan, yes.
Yeah. Creative with the naming.
How you doing, Dylan?
Good. How are you?
How are you?
Wait, is that going to work?
I don't know. I don't know what this is.
Okay, there you
There we go. There we go. You're Dylan and
Dylan.
Dylan and Dylan.
Yeah.
You're both named Dylan.
Yeah.
Both named Dylan. Okay, good.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well, this is great.
Yeah.
So, both named Dylan, really?
Yeah.
Very good. Oh, that's good. And again, you've never been up to the show before?
No.
Yeah.
First time. We got to see Conan and this tonight.
This is a lot of fun.
Double header. Yeah.
And you guys have been to my hometown of Ottawa. You have?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. It's because we're from Ottawa. You know, your father and I grew up maybe only 10 blocks away from each other in Gloucester.
Gloucester.
He grew up on Jasper, and I grew up on Monson.
Those were your streets?
Yeah, if you look on your Google Earth, Jasper and Monson and Beacon Hill are not too far away from each other.
Did you have a lot of play dates?
No, because we didn't know each other when we were kids. We didn't know each
really?
other when we were kids. But then when I was about 15 years old, I started going down to the Yuck Yucks, and Dad was on coming through Yuck Yucks all the time on stage, and I was a huge fan. And now we're here hanging out. This is a nice little connection here, right? This is, you know?
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Your sons are here. We all grew up in the same neighborhood. I mean, this is,
Where should I go?
you guys come sit. You sit right here in the middle, Dylan. You sit right in the middle, and Norm, you sit down right here. Yeah, just like this.
Why do I have this big giant mic? Okay.
Yeah. And look, look who we have. We have a caller here.
That's
Over
all
here.
right.
I don't want
We have a
to.
caller.
We have Cody on the air as well.
Oh, Cody looks interesting.
There's
okay,
a chair for you if you want there too.
Oh, you sit on that. Really?
That's pretty good.
Where'd Steve go? He doesn't want to. He gave up?
I don't have any kids here.
Cody, do you have a question for Norm and his sons?